Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video where we are channeling messages from the Greek goddess Artemis. I have this lovely statue of her. I adore it. So this message was actually meant to come out yesterday on the Lionsgate portal because it happened to fall on a Tuesday. Tuesday is the day I work with her. And I did try to record it for 3 hours, but didn't work. I was like trying to balance my phone so you could see the cards at a weird angle on my lamp because I don't have a tripod yet. And it wasn't really working, but actually that all comes into your reading because I have already channeled like half of this message, and it actually just comes in perfectly as like a little example, a little story from me to help demonstrate. So this reading today, Artemis actually started with channeling her introduction, so I'll do that for you now. Hello all, I am Artemis, goddess of the moon and stars, goddess of the hunt, of the wild, of nature herself. I am protectress of women and children, and the director of your arrow of intention. Breathe in with me now, and visualize exactly what it is you truly long for, that truly lights you up inside, even if it brings fear with it. Fear of expression, fear of the possibility of freedom, the freedom that comes along with the power of taking responsibility for your own life. And when you breathe out, try to imagine you're shooting a divine, shining arrow right into the heart of your desire. See yourself there, experiencing this wish in its fullest expression and all that comes with it. Breathe in again, slow and deep. Hold the breath at the top and mentally affirm, it is mine, it is done. With the power of this Lionsgate portal, bring it to me, so mote it be. And then release this breath, along with the image of your manifestation, and trust that it is coming to you. Be excited and share your gratitude, my beloved one. So that was just a little intro, a little visualization that Artemis wanted to share with everyone. That might have been too quickly. You can go back and pause, do that again if you want to. But yes, and I found it really interesting that she started talking about the fear of freedom and how freeing taking responsibility for your life, for your feelings, your decisions can be, but how scary that is because it kind of means that any failure you have, anything not going to plan, falls on you. And actually, this is exactly what she wanted to go into with your message. So she wants you with the Magician, our first card. Sorry if it's flipped. But she wants you to realize that you can manifest and bring into being everything you desire, what it is you're maybe even too scared to admit to yourself that you want to bring in, that you want to be experiencing. And with the Magician being upright, you have everything you need to bring this into your reality, to make this real. But you just have to trust yourself and take that responsibility for taking the action, for changing what you need to change, even though these changes can be really scary because we have these kind of came out together. We have the 5 of Cups reversed and we have the 7 of Cups reversed. So when I was feeling into these cards, usually the 5 of Cups is about disappointment, it's about grieving, but I felt it very literally in the sense of 5 is the number of change. It's usually a change that is happening externally and it's something you couldn't control. It's something that has been changed for you that you're now dealing with. And the cups is all about your emotions. So I think Artemis was saying here you also got the Emperor upright. Artemis here is wanting you to take responsibility for the power you do have over your emotions and over your emotional responses to these things, these situations that feel out of your control, that feel like they are changing without your input. Because then when you realize that you have the power with the Emperor, you have the power over yourself, over how your life looks, over how your emotions, your feelings can determine and control the decisions you make, the opportunities you take, then you can truly begin to see your manifestations coming into reality. You can see how your choices, how your innate sovereignty can bring what you want to experience into your life in the face of being hit with change that is out of your control, that is happening around you, that you don't want to be experiencing, that you don't deserve to be experiencing. I think she was saying here that that there's a situation in your life which you might not even be feeling it's a terrible thing. It might just be that it's like, it's okay, it's fine, like it's manageable, it's not great. Like I was channeling that it could be work and relationships especially, but whatever fits you, if this is resonating. Maybe it's a job that you go to because it's safe, it's stable, it's something you've been in for a long time, you know this job, you know how to handle it, how to deal with the ups and downs, but it just doesn't light you up. It is something you have to drag your feet to. Or maybe a relationship that is fine, like it's, or maybe not, maybe it is something you really feel troubled by, but whether you feel troubled or whether you feel like it's just okay, Artemis is telling you that you should not be settling for that just because you can deal with it, just because you can handle it. You should not be allowing your fear of the changes you have to make, of the emotions you have to face, to keep you in this situation where you're not thriving, where you're not this empowered emperor, feeling in control of your life, feeling that you are bringing in exactly what feels right for you, but allowing your fear to make you this emperor in reverse. In this deck, there are 2 of each of the divine masculine archetype cards, and so we have the divine feminine emperor in reverse, because I think she's allowing her fear or allowing her resistance to facing the difficult emotions that she needs to process before she can accept, I need to make changes now, to keep her from bringing in what she dreams of having. And to bring in the palaver I had yesterday when I tried to record this reading for the first time, I knew there was a little voice in the back of my head telling me that I needed to use my computer and just film me and just show the cards like this. But I was like, no, it's fine. Look, I found this angle where my phone can like show the table, show the cards, and I can just film it that way. It might be at kind of a funny angle and maybe you can't see all the cards, but I'll just work around it. I was making all these excuses really out of the fear of showing myself and being more expressive. I was letting that ability to work with the situation to keep me from what was actually meant to happen for the highest good of me learning that actually I should be expressing myself, and it's good. We're getting through this fear so I can be thriving more. And maybe it's probably better for the channel because I mean that it was a pretty funny angle I was filming at. But yeah, I was letting my ability to cope with the situation that wasn't ideal to keep me from the best outcome. And that's why it just didn't work. I tried and tried again for 3 hours and it didn't work because it wasn't meant to. It wasn't meant to be that way. I was in this Emperor in reverse, dealing with things but really being fearful of the alternative that I knew deep down was what I needed to be doing. Because we also got on the bottom of the deck, we got the High Priestess, which is lovely with like the water here when we're bringing it back to your emotions. How you know what you need to do, you know the changes you need to make, the steps you need to take, you know deep down the emotions you're either resisting, accepting that you're feeling about this situation because maybe they will mean you do need to make changes, or maybe you're resisting or trying not to face the small nudges that you're getting from your feelings of maybe stuckness, maybe hopelessness, maybe even desperation for something new, for this experience that you want to bring into being, but that does require maybe like quite a big scary shift. But what Artemis is saying is that you have to stop resisting what you know deep down is really what you need to be doing. And I think she gave us the Two of Cups, which I wasn't feeling was about, so a lot of people read it as romance, and it can be romance, but I think this was about giving yourself the love and care that you need, because, and it might be tough love, which Artemis, she loves some tough love because she knows that sometimes if we're not treated too gently, but she knows that sometimes without having that firmness behind, we will not strive for actually what is best for us. We will feel comfortable in what is actually uncomfortable because we're used to it, because we know we can manage it, or maybe because the alternative and the uncertainty of the alternative is scarier than staying in this discomfort. She knows that without a little firmness, a little push, we won't want to push ourselves to thrive, to reach this situation where we're actually happy, we're actually experiencing exactly what we wanted to experience, exactly what we were fearing maybe the changes we would make would not get us to. And so I think this Two of Cups is about us working with ourselves, working maybe with Artemis. You can call on her for guidance, for support when you're going through these changes, your spiritual team, your higher self. Working with yourself and these beings around you, or even supportive friends, or if we're talking about tough emotions again, maybe professional help, and using this love that you're giving yourself to push you to make the changes that you are completely capable of making, to bring about everything you dream. Whether it's a new job that maybe you're worried that they won't accept you, maybe you're worried that it won't pay as much and that you won't be able to maintain your lifestyle if you reach this. Or maybe in relationships, you're worried that actually there isn't someone else out there for you who will love you, and so it's just easier to stay with this person. Or it's the same in terms of friendships. Maybe people have put you down so that you feel that actually people won't want to spend time with you, or you won't find kindred spirits. But you can. Artemis is telling you that you can. They are all out there for you. All your dreams are out there for you. And again, bring it back to the magician being upright. You have everything you need to make this reality possible. You just need to love yourself hard enough to push yourself through the fear of making these changes, to bring you there, to tell yourself, allow yourself to believe that you can make this a reality. And yeah, let me see if there's anything else you wanted to add. Yeah, about, I think the first step that you should be taking from Artemis's advice is maybe journaling. It's working through your feelings first. Maybe it's your feelings, your insecurities, your conditioned beliefs that are keeping you from making these changes and believing that you can make these changes and can bring about this dream reality. And so she is saying that we need to sit with these feelings and hold ourselves in love, give ourselves the love that we deserve. For example, allowing yourself to cry if you need to cry. I know there's a lot of shame around crying, and it's like there's a lot of messages in society that if you cry, that's a sign of weakness. You should just get through it, get on with it. But actually, it's not helpful at all. We cry so that we can flush this emotion through, so that we can allow space for other emotions to come in and be experienced. Because something I learned from a man called Lundy Bancroft, he has a book out, he does these amazing co-counseling courses, is that emotions are meant to be fleeting, but if we don't allow them to be expressed how they want to be expressed, maybe through crying, maybe through punching your pillow, maybe you need a big kind of hysterical laugh to move through some anxiety. But when we don't allow these emotional releases to happen, when we don't hold the space for ourselves so that we feel safe enough to let these emotions flow as they need to, that's when they become states. For example, sadness becomes depression, and that's a lot harder to deal with and to get through than when we're in the stage where we're dealing with these emotions and it's not a state yet, but we're kind of denying that we're denying what we need emotionally. We're denying that we need a big cry because maybe it feels shameful. Maybe people have told you that crying doesn't solve anything, and so there's just no point in it. But allow yourself to love yourself enough to go through these maybe uncomfortable emotions, to maybe journal about how you're not making these changes because you don't feel capable, and get to the root cause. Why do you feel incapable? Is it because of what you were told when you were younger? Were you given this message over and over that you aren't good enough, that you aren't smart enough, whatever it is? And really, if these emotions come up, really, firstly, congratulate yourself, because that really means you're on the right path. You're getting this release that you need. You're looking after yourself really well. Then allow them to come through. I personally, I do this on my own in my room, so I can just have the release, whatever release I need, without feeling like self-conscious, like if people were around. But maybe you need to talk to people about this, talk to trusted people, and allow them to hold the space for you as well. So yeah, I think that's all the messages we were getting from the cards. But yes, she was saying that that you are capable and you are worthy of taking this tough decision to strive for the best, to strive for exactly what you want. You are worthy of going through these tough situations, these big changes that can make you feel scared of the uncertainty of whatever it is. You are worthy of temporary discomfort, and you need to help yourself to believe that, because it is 100% true, and Artemis will tell you again and again if you call on her and your spiritual team will as well. And yeah, and trust that you can make it, because even if there are minor setbacks, like with me trying to record this video yesterday and having to do it again today, there might be minor setbacks, but that doesn't mean that you're not doing well enough, that things aren't going to plan, because things don't have to go to your plan to be going to the plan, the big plan that is actually the best for you, as kind of led by spirit. So yeah, let's get into some oracle cards. I have this beautiful deck. I'll put all the decks down below in the description box. But it's called The Gospel of Aradia. Like, isn't that so gorgeous? Okay, so we have 4 cards from this. We have the unknown, which is possibly what you're going into, the unknown of what will happen when you make these changes. Then we have resistance, which you might be feeling right now, resistance to these changes, resistance to facing what you need to face to move through. Then we have the gospel. And then, very appropriately, we have La Luna, which Artemis, as she said in the start, is goddess of the moon. So I loved that. Okay, I'll read these from the book. So we have the unknown. I literally remember what page it's on because I tried to film it so many times. The unknown. No one person can know everything. The void can be a comfortable place and one of profound creativity. Make sure to rest during busy times. Exactly. Give yourself what you need. It is, of course, important to plan steps for getting yourself the results you want and to take that action. But if you know you're dealing with a lot and what you really need is some rest, is some compassion, do that. You know, with the High Priestess, you know exactly what you need. We need to create space to heal or to make big decisions. Exactly. It is okay not to know. Fear forward and trust in your own innate wisdom. I thought it was really interesting, fear forward. At first, when I read that, I was like, is that right? Did I read that right? But it's okay to have this fear. It is completely natural to have fear of the unknown because there are so many possibilities. But it is because there are so many possibilities that we can have so much power to bring about exactly what we want. And so don't deny this fear. Allow it to come up. Allow yourself to acknowledge it. And the important thing is that you move forward with it. Maybe you use fear as a director, like, okay, I'm feeling fearful of finding a place to live so I can move out from my partner's home. And that is exactly why that's pointing you in the right direction. If you're feeling fearful of it, that's probably something that you need to do. Obviously, again, listen to your intuition. Sometimes we're fearing things because we're not meant to do them. So listen to yourself, you know. But yeah, fear forward. It's okay to feel the fear, but move forward through it. Move forward into the actions you know you need to take. And trust in your own innate wisdom. Exactly. So it also says, when all falls apart, space opens up. Courage and trust must fill our cup. The void is not dark, yet our shadows and fears all swell and rise up. Then our wisdom appears. So yeah, allow the shadows of your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, the tough feelings you're experiencing right now to all come up so that you can learn from them, learn what you need, learn what you've been missing and what you need to then bring in yourself. Allow them all to come up and they will teach you and show you exactly what you need to move forward, because all this wisdom is just naturally within all of us. It is possible to be seen and felt within all of us. So yeah, then we have resistance. When you feel resistance, your intuition is alerting you to something that requires your attention, kind of like how fear can be an indicator for you needing to move in that direction. We often resist when something feels unethical or unjust. Are you resisting exactly what you need as a way to punish yourself or keep yourself small? Stop procrastinating, which I have definitely heard just a blunt stop procrastinating from Artemis a lot. But yeah, I think that's why it's important from this message Artemis is channeling to process your emotions first, because it can be a way of us unknowingly self-sabotaging, of maybe we don't feel worthy for all these wonderful things that we want, and so we keep ourselves small to punish ourselves for not being worthy or whatever it is. But allow this resistance to be a guide and trust that your intuition, your wisdom will bring you exactly where you need. The bell of resistance, it tolls inside my head and floods my body through. It awakens me, my fears to shed. It starts with a small stone, the one hard-hearted, the small pushback into places uncharted. So yeah, facing what is uncomfortable, what is resisting, because our ego is here to protect us, to keep us safe. It has learnt that it needs to do these things like self-sabotage because of things in the past that it felt we needed protecting from in the future. And so this resistance is a defense mechanism. It is, and that is okay. And it's something that needs validating, something that needs love and comfort, so that we can move through it and say, thank you, ego, thank you for what you have done to get me here, to get me to this point. I love you, but I need more. I deserve more. And so I'm going to have to change this. I'm going to have to unlearn these stories that you have told me are true, because this small pushback is keeping me from my destiny, from what I deserve. Cool. And then we have the gospel. Seek guidance from a number of sources. Seek the truth. What are your values? Can you make value-based decisions? Wisdom is not the same as information. There is magic in the world, and we can make our own magic too. So yeah, you can make your own magic. You can bring about these manifestations, and you deserve that. And with the High Priestess, you can seek the truth. You can gain wisdom from just within. But also, if you're feeling with the Two of Cups that you need more, you need external help, external advice, don't be afraid to seek that. I think it's great to have multiple sources so you can feel more secure, so you can feel more stable in this decision. But yeah, your innate wisdom is enough if that's all you're feeling you need. A gospel need not be of ink and paper. Be it best if it's action, memory, and voices vapor. As women practice forever the arts that are taught, Diana's words made flesh will never be naught. So yeah, actually Diana is like the Roman pantheon manifestation of Artemis, which is also why I love this oracle. But yeah, you can call upon Artemis for advice, for guidance, and she will give you signs along the way, whether you're making the steps that you need to be the right ones. Or you can, again, ask friends close to you, ask loved ones, or professionals. Yeah. As women practice forever the arts that are taught, there is so much wisdom that people have and experience that people have that can benefit us. And maybe that's like you watch more tarot readings to get more information, get more guidance. Whatever it is, you can get these sources of knowledge from anywhere. And yeah, I think Artemis really likes when we're making planned action. We're like making lists for what we need to do. So getting all the information you need is a great small first step that you can be doing, that to get to your manifestations. And then we have La Luna. Everything has its cycles. Energy waxes and wanes. So respect the fact that you cannot be at full power all the time. Again, if you need rest, allow yourself rest. Be grateful for what you have today. Rather than feeling disappointment about what you do not have, set new intentions for what you would like to have. Magic is real and you can use it. I actually hadn't read this card yesterday, so that just feels like such a confirmation for what Artemis has said so far. So yeah, allow yourself time if you need time to process, to heal, to just relax. And in that meantime, if you're taking the time to rest, do some visualization for what you want to bring in, whether it's a new group of friends or the perfect relationship, perfect job that just lights you up. Yeah, take time to really visualize what that would be, so then you have a better picture of what you need to do to get to this dream. My mother's mother watches over me, her silver light, her sweet power, over every stone, every tree. I stand beneath her smiling, like millennia of others have. We are joined in birth lines, from sisters to brothers on. Which, that's just so lovely. I think that's real confirmation from Artemis, from Spirit, that you are being looked after, you are being guided through this, and you are definitely not alone, even if you feel that you are, even if you feel that there's no one in the physical that you can go to this advice for, you can get this comfort from. You are being so loved and so looked after from all around you in the spirit realm. And yeah, they will definitely help you if you ask them to get to this place where you are thriving, where you're feeling fulfilled, happy, and they want to help you. They want to help you get there. So definitely ask, definitely make sure that you ask them for their input. So yeah, let's move on to another oracle deck. This is the end from what I tried to record yesterday, so this is new information for me as well. But since it was the Lionsgate portal, I wanted to do this Gateway of Light activation one. Just get a card from here, which it's so amazing. I love this. And it's okay that it's not the 8th anymore. I think that was like the big crescendo of this Lionsgate portal, but I think this time frame is still open until about the 17th of August, so definitely make use of this time now with all the heightened, like, the energies right now are so good for manifesting, for bringing in abundance of anything, if that's money, if that's love, if that's fulfillment, success, whatever it is. This is a great time to have a look, and that's so appropriate that on the bottom of the deck we have Sirius star blessings, with the Lionsgate being all about Sirius and that being close to the earth. So thank you, Artemis. Can we please get one card from this deck? So many want to come out. I'm actually really bad at only taking like one. Okay, these two want to come out. So we have Sirius star blessings and higher heart activation, which is lovely. It says, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. And Sirius star blessings says, yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky and was one of utmost importance to the ancient Egyptians. In fact, our current new year was celebrated as the coming of Sopdet, the goddess queen of Sirius, as during the last week of December, Sirius can be found high in the sky between midnight and dawn. The Sirius star system is home of a race of humanoid beings who most likely live in a higher dimension than our own. It's believed that these beings can be contacted through spiritual practice. Turning to them can enable us to receive high-frequency spiritual downloads. This card draws the bright light of Sirius and the support of Sirian star beings into our world. When it comes to us, it helps us find light in moments of darkness and uncertainty, and to continue on. So this is basically just a big boost of encouragement that you can do it, and maybe if you feel connected to Sirius and these beings of light, definitely call on them for guidance and for help. If you feel, that's what it goes on to say. If you feel strongly connected to Sirius and its star beings, it's likely that you are connected to them on a spiritual level. And if you take time to locate the star in the sky, you might even have a sense of coming home. It also shows you how to connect, which I'll put a picture in so you can do that if you want to. The message that comes with this gateway is a giant yes. It brings the energy of wishing on a star and seeing that wish coming true. This is a time for you to move forward with any projects or ideas that you have felt called to carry out. There is an energy of positivity, abundance, and excitement surrounding you at this time. Whatever dreams you've been revisiting recently aren't dreams, but premonitions. Know that whatever you're connecting with on the inside is soon to be something you'll be experiencing in the physical. So think about what you desire instead of what you fear. Oh my gosh, that is so perfect. See yourself celebrating as if your wildest dreams have come true. As you do so, you'll be creating the perfect energy for them to manifest in your world. And that's another thing about being in control of your emotions. When we're manifesting, one of the most effective techniques is to really feel the feelings, as maybe you're scripting, maybe you're saying, thank you for all these kindred spirits that are in my life, and really feeling the feelings that you know you would be feeling if you had these things. For example, with the friends and the kindred spirits thing, if you know that with these friends you would like to feel joyful, you would like to feel excited for all the things you can get up to, all the hours of talking you can do from your shared interests, really conjure up the feeling of the joy, of the excitement, of the interest in what these kindred spirits have to say. And that will, because you'll be vibrating on that level of what you want to manifest, because you're feeling the same feelings, you'll bring it to you more quickly. So yeah, and it can be hard when we're like feeling tough emotions to then, you know, it's not as easy as saying, just feel happy, it's fine. But even just temporarily, whilst you're writing about all these things that you want to bring in, all the details, like the smallest details about this thing you're wanting to manifest, even if you just temporarily like feel the feeling, because you can be in control of these things, then that will make so much difference. And yeah, so that's so exciting. That's such a big encouragement, such a big boost of you're so close, you just have to get over this hurdle. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is quite a long reading. Then we have higher heart activation. 88. Oh my gosh, no way is that 88 when we just had the 88 portal. Artemis, you did it again. The higher heart chakra is the most ascended form of the heart chakra. It's found in the center of the chest, in the heart region, and is seen clairvoyantly as a pink color. The reason that this energy center is pink is because it's the opposite or complementary of green, which is red, with the white light of spirit. Through the stargate of the heart, we have the potential to connect with divine love, all the beings that want to connect with you, that want to help you to achieve these manifestations. The love that exists in all things, and experience the heaven within. This card transports us to the higher heart space, where we can recognize that love is not an external essence, but a light we hold within. It has been there through every lifetime. When the higher heart becomes active, it's a recognition that the search for love has ended and the excavation of the heart has finally begun. That's so lovely. So love is within you, love is your birthright, and love wants to come in. Love is waiting to come in if you take the steps that you need to take, which, because they're so tough, require this innate love from you. It takes a lot of love for yourself to make tough decisions, to make tough changes, because obviously it is just a lot easier and a lot more comfortable to just not do anything and to find a way to get through, like by balancing your phone on a broken lamp. Yeah, and so allow this love to come through. Allow the love from your spiritual team, from Artemis, to rain down over you and bring you to where you need to go. You have experienced much fear, separation, and heartache in your lifetime. This has encouraged you to close off and shield yourself from possible hurt. For a long time, you've been trying to open yourself back up, but have been concerned about being far too vulnerable. And being vulnerable, that is exactly why this video didn't work yesterday, why I couldn't post it yesterday, because my own fear of vulnerability got in the way of that. And I think that's why it's so perfect that I was having so much trouble yesterday, because I hope that me going through that trouble and having to face my fear of vulnerability expression can show you that it is okay to be vulnerable, and it's not the easier path, but it is necessary to reach your highest good, to reach your highest potential. But it is completely okay to not want to be vulnerable, to not want to be seen or heard. Like, that is completely valid, and definitely validate that. Allow yourself to feel that, and feel that fear, and feel whatever pain it is that comes up from that, because yeah, you're worth that temporary discomfort to get through it and move to higher planes. This card shows that you have realized love isn't something you have to work for or search for, but your divine inheritance. You have also recognized that this energy isn't something that comes through relationships or external experiences, but is your natural state of being. The more you close off from your true self. The more you drop your shields, the more love is revealed. The more you express the love you are, the more of it is reflected back to you. Love is your truth. That is so lovely. Thank you, Artemis, for those messages. That is wonderful. I'll again put the message, how to connect to this energy, this chakra, at the end. And what more do we want? I think I'll use 2 more decks because I'm just really feeling called to them. So the first one is one of my favorite oracles. It's the Goddess Power Oracle, which, amazing. It's so big. Artemis does have a card in here, but on the bottom of the deck we have Persephone with inexperience, and I think that's really important to share, because it's okay to not feel experienced. It's okay to feel like you're not sure what's coming up, you're not sure what the future holds. It's okay to not know and to just go with the flow of things and learn on the way. Thank you, Artemis. Can we please get some messages from you? Thank you. I was gonna try say like, can I get 3 cards, but I just never know how many she wants to bring. Okay, I'm really feeling drawn to Nike with ambition. Thank you, goddesses. Thank you, great goddess. Can we please get 2 more cards? More want to come out. Okay, I'll just leave it as. And on the bottom we have Artemis with focus. I've read this card so many times because I have definitely lacked focus in the past, and that's all about, her message is all about making plans. It's all about getting clear on what you want to experience and then really focusing on what you need step by step to get there. And it's okay to break things down into small steps. I think that's really helpful, and maybe that will feel less overwhelming than just saying, okay, I want a relationship that feels really loving, I'm going to move out immediately and leave that whole part of my life. Like, it's okay to break it down into steps. Like, okay, maybe you need to save up a bit for your own place or a new place, so you take up a few more shifts at work, and that's like step one. You're making more money to get your own place, so you can eventually, when the time is right, when you've done all the rest of the steps, move out from your partner's place, whatever it is. So yes, and I think this is, again, a lovely boost of encouragement from Artemis. She is here for you. She is here rooting for you. She can help you. She can guide you if you call on her and if you want that help. So we have Nyx with secrets in reversed. And we have, I think it's pronounced Gula, with healing in reverse. So let me read from the book. And in case the numbers are significant to you, Nike is 38. Nyx is 39. Gula is 18 and Artemis is 4, which actually I think that's a really encouraging message as well, because 4 is all about stability. And again, with focus, it's okay to bring this stability into your life with making step-by-step lists of the actions you need to take, which could start with first doing some journaling, getting clear on your feelings, allowing these things you need to heal to come up to be healed. So Nike. The Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present to the beauty and richness discovered in your life so far. You have come this distance, so what are your wins? Celebrating them is key right now to enable you to co-create even more. You live in a world where you may have felt that you're not allowed to celebrate your victories, lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in an authentic way. Being successful at the game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, releasing the idea that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity, which we've definitely touched on. This is the true power of the victory goddess Nike expressed through you. The goddess Nike has another message to share. If you've been struggling to move to the next level of your life, working hard and putting the time and effort in, you will soon find that you are finally winning. Your determination and commitment to your intentions are manifesting in your life with beautiful results. When you are winning, the world is winning too. Just remember to share your bounty. That is so lovely and so encouraging. Thank you, Nike. Thank you for that message. Then we have Secrets with Nyx. The goddess of night, mystery and secrets, Nyx, asks you to ask yourself a deep question about denial. What secret have you been keeping from yourself? Could you be remaining in a relationship that isn't working for you because you won't address the fear of what will happen if you leave or do things differently? That is exactly what we've been talking about. Have you been afraid to ask for what you need? Are you in an addictive spiral, thinking one more bite of food or one more glass of wine will make you feel better? Whatever it is that you're refusing to face, the goddess Nyx promises if you do, you'll be amazed at the beauty of your liberation and power. She offers you this alignment task for you to engage in rigorous honesty and self-evaluation, coupled with fierce self-love and commitment to growth. Be optimistic, because the moment you are willing to name your unease, you claim your inner peace, strength, and hope. You can do it. And with these alignment messages, sometimes they can feel like it's criticism. That is not the case at all. Again, these are the steps you need to take, even when they are hard to deal with, they are hard to accept, in order to be thrust into your highest victory, your highest good. And yeah, she did touch on what we have been talking about resistance we're feeling with our emotions, and us needing to face maybe the habits we have that are stemming from these tough emotions that we're dealing with, that we've been holding for maybe a really long time. Yeah. Just well done, you can do it. Just get through this time and heal. And then we have Gula with healing, which is very appropriate after that. The goddess Gula calls you to recognize that you're running on empty. You have nothing left to give. You have reached the end of the road, and you must stop what you're doing and consider the implications of your actions run amok. Do you need to set better boundaries around your enthusiastic tendency to say yes to everything? Have you allowed others to drain you because you feel it's your job to listen, love them, and fix them? Do your close companions cling to their victim stories and continue to impose them on you? Your alignment task is to step back and assess what is true and make new choices, and maybe put yourself first. Completely do. You will be glad that you did. Just remember, it is sometimes the healing choice to take a break and only focus on you for a change. Yeah, I think that sums up so wonderfully what some of these messages have been, that you do need to choose yourself and take that time to rest and heal, and definitely you should be focusing on you. Your life is for you. You are here to be experiencing your life, and I know it can be really hard when there are people around us who, maybe there are a lot of empaths watching, when there are people who kind of can use you, whether they mean to maliciously or not, but can use you for their own personal gain, for their own comfort. But where's your comfort? Where is your validation? Where is the care for you? And sometimes we're surrounded by people who aren't prepared to give that to us, but we definitely cannot allow that abandonment from other people to make us abandon ourselves, because we have ourselves forever. That is one of the only things we can be sure of. We are with ourselves forever, every moment, every step of the way. And so look after yourself, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Give yourself the love that maybe you haven't been feeling from others, because you deserve to be loved. And Spirit, these goddesses that have come through, they love you so, so much. And they know that whatever you've been told, whatever you have been convinced into feeling about yourself, you are perfect exactly the way you are, and they will never love you any less. And you deserve to show yourself that same love, and then by doing that, attract in that love, that unconditional love from others in the future. So yes, actually, I'm gonna get one card from my Goddess Isis Oracle. I thought it was very appropriate to use this deck because she is very connected to Sirius and ancient Egypt, which is all like so potent around the time of the Lionsgate's portal. So I'll get one closing message from here. This has definitely been a longer reading than I intended, but thank you so much, Artemis, for these messages. Thank you to all the goddesses here today. Thank you, Spirit, for all your messages. Okay, we have proper burial for freedom, sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. And on the bottom, we have, we have Pyramid of Light. Step into your vibration, deeper into love. Which Pyramid of Light, maybe a lot of you can relate to feeling drained by the people around you. 'Cause Pyramid of Light, these cards have they have practices you can do afterwards that will really integrate the messages. And this one is about protecting yourself and making sure that you're not being drained by beings around you. So yeah, proper burial for freedom. In order for your life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die, though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen. Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you to now release that which no longer needs to be part of your life so that you may be free. That exactly what this message has been. You need to see something through and let it go so that you are free from it. You may or may not be fully aware of what it is, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth. This could be anything from a past relationship to dreams or visions that have encouraged you in past times but are not relevant for you for where you are now. It might also be the spirit of a lost child or loved one, someone that has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. There is so much beauty and fullness waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need to further hold on to the past. Do not be scared. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing release now, and all involved will benefit from the healing change. It is not abandoning what you have loved to give it full and proper burial. It is in fact honouring and allowing what you are releasing to return to the pure love and light of the source. It is spiritual freedom for you and what you have released, which is the destiny to which all of life will eventually return. It takes great trust, but if you allow Osiris to help you, you will realise that in letting go, rebirth and growth is really possible. You may experience grief, anger, fear, freedom, and a sense of relief, or a combination of these feelings, as you move to let go and allow proper burial to take place. Sorry, something fell on over there, and I think that was extra confirmation. Do not be afraid of any of these feelings, for they will pass naturally when allowed to just flow. These feelings will actually fertilize new life and allow you to become more of who you are in truth. Trust that Osiris will love and protect that which is released into his care through the world of death. Death too becomes new life. There is nothing to fear and everything to gain. It's so lovely. I'll leave again a picture of the ritual, the practice that ritual makes it sound scary, but it's not. The practice that really integrates this message. And your final card, Pyramid of Light. As a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There is nothing to fear, and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you now to deal with any undesired interference. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path. Maybe it is the past interfering. And it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are growing spiritually, and as such, there are higher levels of responsibility, which we touched on, and skill required for you to continue to thrive and blossom even deeper in places of spiritual expansion. These new levels will feel joyful to you as they bring you to greater personal mastery and freedom from fear. Sometimes, when you are growing in your light, darker energies become more interested in you. This is nothing to be afraid of, because no energy can interfere with you without your permission, and if you have unconsciously given permission by action or deed in this or other lifetimes, you have the free will to withdraw that permission from any place of peace and love within you right now. The key to handling any energy effectively, even that energy which you no longer wish to have connected into your field, is to have compassion and respect in your heart, combined with a firm boundary and an understanding of the principles of psychic protection. There are practices which are easy and helpful for you to use to nurture your light and make it easier to go into that place of inner peace and love on a daily basis. And that help to protect and nourish the energy of your home and workplace too. One such practice recommended for you now is the Pyramid of Light. This can be This can be added to any other spiritual or inner work practice, and yet will also stand on its own. It can be used on a person, physical space such as a home or workplace, or venue for a special occasion, and even placed around a project, which maybe you'd like to do. The ritual below will clear you at any time you feel there are forces interfering with your free will or life plans. Sometimes you just sense blocks that you know are not coming from within you, and you know are not serving the higher unfoldment, and they need to be released. You can use this ritual or a skilled spiritual healer to help you with this process, but know that what you most need is a compassionate heart and enough confidence to realize that you alone give or revoke permission for any being to be connected with your energy field, seeking to exert influence over your thoughts, actions, or life choices, either consciously or not. Sometimes we just need to remind ourselves of the power of our free will and choice. If any being, in the physical world or in the inner worlds, ever tells you that you have no power of choice as a human being, do not believe them. They are in deception, and they are not to be trusted. They may believe what they are saying, but they are not honoring the innate spiritual gift of free will that every human soul was given as a gift in gratitude for coming to this earth to help with service to her awakening. Your free will is your most fundamental spiritual inheritance as a human being and cannot be taken by another except in illusion. Once you realize this, you can claim back your power at any time. The Pyramid of Light says that you may have beings who think they are helping you, but are not of unconditional love, and therefore are better to be released from your energy field. These beings may or may not be in physical form. They may or may not appear as very spiritual teachers or helpers. There can be some false light beings who are appearing like they're of light, they're sharing lovely healing messages, but are not really. So again, connect to your intuition. You know what is best for you. You know what is right. The oracle indicates that there are also thoughts, feelings, and other energies around you that are not helping you with the easy ritual below. You can clear all of that and feel your path is clearer and easier with less fog and confusion. So yeah, I'll definitely put this practice in as well, so you can have a look and do that. I highly recommend it. I have done this one before and it does feel amazing. So yeah, and that was your message today. I hope that it served you. I hope that it helped offer you some guidance, offer you some encouragement. And me and Artemis would love to let you know that you are so loved and you are so capable and worthy. And I can't wait for you to achieve what you're setting out for. Thank you for watching.